Hello folks and welcome to the Åland Islands. Vesterkalmare Disc Golf Center is waiting for our MPO players, actually the last 4 MPO players to start the opening round at the tournament. The 7th stop of the Euro Tour has begun. The FPO players have played their opening round and a couple of Finnish players there leading the board, and we will see how it will be after this MPO round. We have 2 Finns and 2 American players on our feature card today. Welcome to the live studio in Helsinki. My name is Esa-Pekka Tupala. I'm your host today, and with me once again the spin doctor Jaani Länsiö. Welcome, Jaani.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling good. We had some nice, good action from the FPO. It was interesting, and it was interesting to see how the course actually plays out. It'll be a bit different, of course, for the MPO, but still, we got a little bit of a hunch.
Yeah, we have some lengthy holes here to play, and we have some great power players with the tournament.
The 4 players we're about to see are all quite good at this sport.
Should we say?
Yeah, we got 2 great Finns. Of course, Joona Heinonen, one of the biggest arms there is. Niklas Anttila, well, not the biggest arm, but
one of the biggest accuracy.
Biggest accuracy, great mental game. Eagle McMahon, of course, one of the best ever. And Eric Oakley, nice to see him play again. It's been a while since I've seen him in a future card.
And he can really dial that game in if the course is something that suits for him.
Yeah, he's got a great sidearm, and when he's got his putting game dialed in, is unstoppable.
Sure thing. And we have a course close-up coming up for you, powered by UDisc. So we are at a course that turns 1 year in the opening years this summer. And we have a total of 18 courses at Åland Islands. And it features the longest hole in Finland, which we will see today, the 400-meter par 5, as you can see there on the right side of the screen.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the 400-meter par 5. Lots of OB in play on this field. If the wind picks up, which I think it probably will, there will be troubles, but we have seen so far that it seems quite easy actually for the MPO now so far.
18 courses in Åland done in about 1.5 years, and over 14,000 disc golf courses at UDisc. So pretty rapid course there for the growth.
Oh yeah.
And I believe we're gonna jump straight into the action.
I hope so.
I certainly hope so. We are going to the tee of hole number 1, where we have 4 players ready to start their tournament. Let's go, Jaani. Let's see the action.
Let's go.
For the final card of the day, the feature card, including 2 people from the United States and 2 players from Finland. First on the tee, sponsored by Innova, Droppari, Heiserflex. Please welcome Joona Heinonen. Next player on the tee, from Kuopio, Finland, sponsored by Discmania, Mr. Niklas Anttila. Let's welcome to the tee pad, from Boulder, Colorado, United States, sponsored by Discmania and Grip Equipment. Put your hands together for Eagle McMahon. from Florida, sponsored by Thought Space Athletics, Infinite Discs and Clash Discs. Let's welcome Eric Oakley.
What a shot there from Eric Oakley. Way to start his round.
Yeah, easy bullseye hit. What we saw was 2 ace runs, a bullseye hit, and an OB run from Niklas. That was lucky it stayed in bounds.
Yeah, it's fair to say that that shot didn't go as planned.
No. It's an easy hole. You definitely want to start your round with the birdie, and Niklas will have to struggle for his. This is how you do it.
Doink, and watch your head. That's a place where you want to end up on this course. For example, almost every hole, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I would say almost every course in the world. You want to be under the basket. This is the aim of the game.
Yeah, sure, sure thing.
But not with the putt. Tricky spot for Niklas.
He has air on the right side. He's going for it. Yeah. Short, but he'll take the par and move on. He's not the first one to take the par here. They have also seen doubles on this hole.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt your round.
Eagle for the birdie. He has a low ceiling, but he's known for his strong putts. As shown here.
Yeah, no problem. Has that laser beam putt. For a lofty putter, that would have been almost unmakeable place.
I've been trying to figure out his grip on the putter. It's really something else. Heinonen for the birdie. Cashes it in. Eric Oakley most certainly will. What opening shot. So Niklas Anttila, the lone par on the feature card. What a gallery there. It's Thursday, man.
Thursday already, the first day, and we see hundreds of people watching our best of the sport competing.
Let's go visit Greg Barsby. He's on hole number 2, playing a skip shot. That looked nice. Putting from the edge of the circle. Wow. That's great.
I mean, that's the lofty putt.
We all know Greg from those putts. He's dialing, and then a lofty one into the basket. He just said on an interview that he really needs to dial those in, and he has spent a couple of weeks dialing that lofty jump putt back into the original form to be lethal as it has once been, and I think we can agree that he's succeeded.
Yeah, I mean, Greg is an all-around good dude. I always wish him well, and it's fun to see him play well. I love his putting style and the sidearm. Always in a good mood, even when he's playing a bit out out of his normal routine. He's always in a good mood. Hole number 2, you have to really keep your disc low.
It's a long 105 meters.
Yeah, a little bit straight, then left, and trust the ground play.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do here. And Greg, I think, got a nice ground play. You have to play for the skip shot. You can't play the air.
Yeah, there is really no room for even Eagle McMahon to do anything weird or unexpected. And it's really refreshing to see these holes where you have to use the ground.
Yeah, this is pretty rare. That's too long.
And it really challenges our players, for they really don't have to throw this shot in anywhere else. Eric Oakley, known to love those trick shots.
This is looking good.
Great angle,
but
hits those.
Yeah, doesn't get the skip.
Yeah. He's a couple feet away from Joona Heinänen. Let's see how Niklas will succeed. A fast disc in his hand. A bit long. Niklas is a master when it comes to angle control, but this hole is really specific and they haven't had much time to dial all these holes into their game plan.
Yeah, true. This is a very unique hole. I can't remember many holes I have played in over 20 years that actually require a skip shot.
A great week going on in Mariehamn, the biggest city in Åland Islands. The Rock of Music Festival is going on. They have Viking parties all over the islands. And of course, the 18 disc golf courses that have regular visitors every day. And all of those courses have been put together in 2 years. Think about it, 18 courses in 2 years. And this is the longest and of course the toughest one, for we have the Eurotour stop here in Vesterkalmare. Visit this place, go there. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I was there last week, and actually when all the other players were playing European Open or watching disc golf on DGN, I got to say, it was a beautiful place.
And that was a beautiful approach from Niklas Anttila. Couple of meters for the par. I mean, we have had one or just couple of birdies here on hole number 2. 3, if I'm correct. Eagle, yeah. Couple of meters. Total of 5 birdies, yeah, on this hole too. 105 meters normally doesn't play this long.
That's true.
74% taking the par before the feature group. Joona Heinänen. And he still has kind of a low ceiling there, so...
It wasn't going for it for real. I think he was laying out that.
He knows he'll have his chances to pick up stroke somewhere else. Oakley had a bit of a better spot, but still, lots of branches, doesn't take any risks.
Yeah, as we saw here, it's a very easy par hole. If you don't get the birdie, the par is pretty easy. No reason to take bogey there.
Like a couple of twos on the practice rounds, but every time he got it, he went like the wrong side of the corner.
Eagle still recovering from the nasty shoulder injury, isn't able to play the sidearm shots he's so well known from. Par frame.
Yep. You don't want anything else. I mean, you don't want anything over par here, but you will settle for the par. It's a really, really tough hole. Averaging 6th in difficulty today. And number 3, averaging 7th in difficulty. This is a par 4, the first par 4 on the course. It's a shorty, but it also has those trees. I mean, you can't really go anywhere else but to follow the fairway here.
Yeah, I think it's impossible for any of us, our players, to reach the basket. Eagles are out of the question, I believe. Straight, short, slight hyzer shot, then go through the alley there on the left. Think about here is the sweet spot, and there you can see the basket. There's actually no reason to go high hyzer unless you want to really risk your par even.
Unless you want to take some scramble stats, but that's not optimal.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't pay in the long run anyway. We do have some gigantic arms in our feature card, so maybe we'll see something very out of the ordinary. I hope so.
Gorgeous basket placement there by the bedrock. Åland Islands, they sit in the middle of Sweden and Finland, and in the middle of the sea, of course. Beautiful place, and usually a lot of wind, but not today.
Oh, Jaani is in trouble now.
Oh no.
Yeah, he'll have to pitch out from there and settle for his par. Okay, Eagle is
He's
looking
looking
at something else,
Okay.
but I think that's a mid-range in his hand, so
Jaani, do you have any popcorn?
I might have to get some. No, it's
He's
a
just
regular.
going around those first trees.
Yeah, but also I see the wind is gusty now.
Yeah.
A moment earlier there was not much wind to speak of.
Now
Clearly
we can
now
hear
there's
the wind.
some.
There goes the next one. This is looking good. That's fine for the right gap.
Yeah,
Left gap might be a better one.
yeah, a bit too long.
Niklas.
Who just last week won the European Player of the Year 2022 award.
Congratulations, Niklas.
And I think he really deserved that award.
Niklas goes with a flippy distance driver.
Yeah, he was trying to eat up all the meters there, just could get, and
In the middle trees.
yeah, a pretty decent result.
We are first entering, should we say, the harsh looking part of the course. The woods on the bedrock of Åland Islands, the trees don't have such energy to grow like tens of meters tall, but they turn out to be interesting in shape, as we can see on those holes 6 to 8.
Yeah, what I like about this, there is a lot of bedrock, but not really enough to hurt your discs. And seems like Jaani is going for the sidearm roller and aiming for the basket, not just pitching out.
But there are tree trunks and roots on the way. But
No harm done, really.
no harm done.
That's a good result.
And he's jump putting.
Yeah.
He has the power for it. Eagle is aiming up.
Yeah, this is something he's really doing a lot these days when the sidearm is out of the question.
But this is a risky play because of the wind.
Okay. Yep. I'll take that.
Solid. That's
I'll
really
take that.
solid. And he's smiling.
Yeah, it takes a lot of creativity when you got injury. And Eagle certainly has that. A very good shot. A grenade over the trees. Back in my days, we used to call it the backspin. Now it's grenade. Backspin is what I learned to call it.
Time is flying past you, Jaani.
Oh, for sure. Every day I see it.
And for me too. For me too, my man. Oakley, a bit right, but he might be putting. He has a line on the left side of the big spruce before the basket. And Jaani, think about those, as we see Niklas Anttila take his second. Think about those tracks that are 1 year old. Think about the amount of roots and bushes and everything that's on the fairway, and you will see that these fairways are clean. It looks like they've been playing here for years and years. Of course, the ground will smoothen out as we have more players come in. But they have done some remarkable work here, and tons of wood chips.
Yeah, it really looks a bit older than the 1 year only. But of course, these courses are still a work in progress.
Look at this shot from Niklas.
Well, almost going in, but that's a bit long.
That's a bit long.
And
Still
keeps on
going.
going.
Oh no.
Well, there's no OB, so no danger there, but still. Was a beautiful shot, though.
Beautiful shot for sure. The tight woods, Vesterkalmare.
Well,
Hey,
Donahan isn't jump putting, but
nope.
just a nice approach there. Little Annie flick. The best he could do after the drive ended up on the left side. Joona Heinonen, one of the best Finns today, has been touring the US all spring and all summer. 5th in Discraft Cascade Challenge.
Sure.
End of May. That was his best result so far.
Heinonen and Oakley didn't really get their game started at the European Open last weekend. Niklas was tied 23rd, I believe. But Eagle was tied 4th. Just a bit low for Oakley. He's putting for the par, and Eagle still left. He might catch a birdie here. He's in good position after the grenade.
Yeah, that was an unnecessary mistake from Eric. It was an easy place for an easy birdie, but not today.
Niklas had a bad roll.
Yeah, it really just kept on going.
Yeah, I must correct myself. We still have a chance for Niklas to get a birdie. This is the third. Air balls it. Interesting. He gave it a lot. It was uphill. Circle 2. Better height and low on this hole. Now we see Eagle putting next. He's third. Takes the birdie. Great putt from Eagle McMahon. Joining the 24 other players to catch a birdie here on hole number 3. Left to Oakley and the 2 Finns to collect the par. Yep. As they move on to another par 3. Hole number 4. The weather conditions, they are great at the Åland Islands. 18 degrees Celsius, humidity 68%, and some gusts of wind that we will see affecting the play on those later holes when we approach the fields. As we are moving to hole number 4, it is 77 meters, but it is severe uphill, and it's a pretty tight fairway to navigate through the woods. Let's see from Elias Luukkonen. I'm hearing that he's done this well. Okay, he did it well. That's how you do it.
One of my favorite memories growing up was a trip I took with my dad to Hawaii. We just got done with a round of disc golf and decided to listen to the Grateful Dead. Without saying anything, we both knew we needed to dance, and that's exactly what we did. Sometimes you just need to stop and enjoy the music.
Back at the action at Åland Open 23, Eagle McMahon on the tee of number 4, and this looks great.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a very routine hole. Have to just go up and let the disc do the rest of the work going left.
I'd like to point out the amount of spin that disc had. It was spinning in the ground for several seconds there. That's the key.
It's a bit to left.
Yep. Gets kind of
It's
through.
still there, 13 meters.
Oakley.
Oh, that's yanked.
He might be in trouble.
This is good.
A bit left also. Just hinge.
Yeah,
Looking at the basket.
yeah, I called it too early.
That's fine, Jaani. We'll do that.
No one's perfect.
A bit of hiking going on at the Vesterkalmare Disc Golf Center. The longest hike here is from the basket of number 10 to the tee of number 11. I just won't stop hyping that tee pad. that's such a great view down from the 11th tee. We will be there. But first we have these couple of holes to tackle, and Eric Oakley, he's lucky he's not in the bushes.
Stay off it. That's a putt.
A bit low. But he's through, I believe.
Yeah, a bit low, but I'm sure he's inside the circle.
Pull the guy at the top of the head and move out of the way. Distracting my focus a little bit if you can.
Niklas Anttila. Bit of stretching to do. He has a branch just in the middle. Catching the chains, but just a bit left. If you get a chance here, you have to capitalize it. And Niklas knows it. Oakley for the par. Slips
Denied. Any given day that'll be in. Not today.
Not today. I believe we saw 3 putts on the FPO this morning when the disc was hanging on the cage and luckily stayed in. This is Heinänen, takes the birdie. Eagle McMahon putting the birdie from about 3 meters. That's it. And Niklas settles for the par, and Eric Oakley, unfortunately, for the bogey. Oakley has been member of the PDGA since 2012, and Joona Heinänen member since 2013. So almost veterans here, comparing to many of these other guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember Joona playing a lot longer than that still.
And I believe he has been.
Yeah, started competing in 2013. And talking about veterans,
For
got
sure.
Scott Stokely, 54 years of age.
First
Legend
tournaments-
of the sport.
Yeah, first tournaments in 1983 and member for the PDGA since 86.
Yeah, still got game.
Greg, you saw yours, right?
I mean, take 3 young guns and combine their ages, and that's how long Scott Stokely has been playing this sport. Think about that.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Great
Yeah.
to see Scott here.
Yeah, when I started, he used to be one of my biggest idols. I was watching replay after replay of his form. He used to be back then the distance world champion and the distance world record holder.
Eagle aiming up.
Aiming up and to the right and gets a little bit of a roll away out from the rough. That might be quite good.
Might not be exactly what he was hoping for, but he's fine. Joona also aiming high. This hole number 5, 160 meters, par 4. Look at this. Does it have the stability? No, but he's also there up on the trees. The fairway is on the left side, and I believe they are about 30 to 40 meters from the basket. "45 players carding the birdie here on hole 5 on this opening day. Niklas Anttila, third on the tee. Hitting the trees on the right side. Might survive that. And the only forehand of the group, Mr. Eric Oakley. This man has an amazing ability
Yeah,
to shape those forehands.
yeah. He just shows us that it's not about getting huge distance. It's about getting in the middle of the fairway.
If you want to sweat, that's fine, but I'll
Yeah.
go through the fairway.
Yeah. Yeah, as someone said, disc golf is not the game of how far, but how many.
Here is the flyover of the hole number 5, and this is the point on many of these holes. If you look at these on paper, they seem easy, but you have this bedrock, you have these ups and downs, you have the narrow fairways, and you have this elevation change, which really quickly comes to mess with you.
Yeah, and of course the fairways. We're playing in the woods. If you can't hit the fairway, you're in the woods, quite deep.
Follow the fairway, and for the second shot, you have options to go over, or you can go a skip shot, or you can just go straight and leave it here by the birches and then putt about 8 to 9 meters uphill.
Easy as that.
But if you go too straight, you have that guardian birch to mess with your putting. And I'm not actually sure where Niklas, Joona and Eagle are.
Yeah, they're all on the right side of the fairway, somewhere in the rough. I believe Eagle got a rollout, but Niklas and Joona are definitely struggling off the fairway.
Anttila knows how to scramble. We hope he will do well here. Catches something
And off to the other side of the rough.
and something more. That's not a birdie.
Niklas is a bit off now for the first 4 holes.
That's for sure.
First 4 holes or first 5, to be accurate.
And as we have seen that leaderboard a couple of times, Jaani Länsiö from Denmark leading the tournament 10 under for the round. Miro Ryhänen, a Finnish Pro Tour winner, young gun, 9 under at the clubhouse.
Yeah,
Look at that.
nicely done, Oakley.
Great job. Covering that unfortunate bogey in the last hole.
Yeah. But this is also how it's done. It's not as hard as it looks. It takes 2 side-arm shots that actually hit the gap. You don't have to go over everything. But of course, I believe Joona and Eagle were going for the eagle, which definitely you can do if you have like a 600-foot backhand, which they do.
Color? What color?
Like a yellow.
Yeah. Found it. Got it.
And this course can really get into your nerves quickly if you are not focusing 100%. Talking about Miro Ryhänen, the only other player, Emil Karlsson, those two players have a bogey-free round.
It's doable.
With a 6 under and a 9 under. And it's great if you can avoid the bogeys here at Vesterkalmare. Heinänen looking great. Looking fine. Not great, but fine. Just outside circle 1. A bit short for Joona. Eagle McMahon looking upwards. Another grenade. From up to down, and he's inside the circle. 9 meters.
Yeah, at 2 meters from the camera crew. Those are scary shots when you just can't. Nobody has an idea where they are landing.
You can't predict them 100%, and you just should get an information out that there's something coming from upwards.
Yeah.
That's a solid shot for Eagle. Anttila going through everything.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But I'm sure he wasn't going for that gap.
Great to see those people gathering around following our feature card. And thank you for all the volunteers coming up to the tournament and helping to gather the crowd, helping to manage the events, and of course, the ones who are keeping this course in mint condition. Joona Heinänen just putted to the left side. That's not in. Eagle McMahon has a chance for the birdie. A bit left side.
Yeah, it could have stayed in, but like we saw, not today.
Not today.
Eric Oakley had the exact same reaction, but from the right side.
Niklas Anttila for the par. Takes no harm done. Eric Oakley still left to be putting for the birdie. The lone birdie of the group, which I am surprised of. As we hear the helicopter of Seppo Paju arriving at the Åland Islands.
Or Ricky Wysocki. Think it's the Coastal Guard.
It must sure be. Let's go visit the master, Scott Stokely.
That was so close.
Did it hit the band and the cage?
Yeah, everything but the change.
Taking the par. Let's fly over this hole 6 where we just saw Stokely putting for the birdie. Second hardest on the day. This is a par 4, 223 meters, averaging 4.59.
Yeah, I mean, you have to hit the gap of your choice. Some go from the right side, some go from the left side. One thing is to avoid the left side where there's the green or the island of hole 9, which is OB. No other OBs on this hole. Maybe you want to land about somewhere here and then approach and take your birdie. We have a couple of giant arms who can go risky and can reach circle 2.
Oakley.
Uh-oh.
That's fine.
That's okay.
Really fine considering where it was going.
Yeah.
So you had the casual water in the middle of the fairway. And you want to spare aiming for the island of hole number 9 just yet. Eagle is taking a stable looking distance driver. Giving it an angle. I mean, that's huge.
That's a big one, but that's totally wrong direction.
Yeah, that's not the direction he'd like to be in. Let's see if Heinonen picks up something flippier. He does. This is looking great. Oh, oh no.
Gets a bad kick and that calls trouble.
There is no harm on the fairway outside of the island OB. Niklas Anttila.
Okay, this is the Anheuser angle.
Going through the woods, that's solid.
Yeah.
Just a bit pinched on the right side, but he has an Anheuser.
Okay. Yeah, that's where the others were also aiming at.
Sure thing. These second shots, they're gonna be interesting to see if Eagle's going with a grenade once again, but he's far away. This is 223 meters, but it seems like Eagle and Joona are going to make this a 250-meter hole.
Yeah, at least.
See the casual pond there, pond on the middle. Let's see, hole number 7. We have Greg Barsby for you, driving his way. And in for the birdie.
That was also sneaking through the basket, so.
And this feels like this could be a course where Greg might be able to put up a solid score. with his skills to navigate all these tight wooded holes. And Joona actually found the island.
And
Really bad luck there for Joona Heinonen.
I mean, it was a bad shot, but still.
You don't have to punish the guy, man.
No.
Oh well. He is still able to get the par.
Yeah, par is totally doable after OB here, but you really want the birdie. A bad footing.
That's bad. Now the par is really hard.
That must be frustrating.
There is the leaderboard for our card today. Niklas Anttila still even for the day. Joona Heinonen trying to save his par on this hole number 6. First, we have Eric Oakley. We have Niklas Anttila coming up. This is a solid placement for the drive. Aiming for the sidearm. This looks good if it doesn't hit anything. And it
did.
That's fine. I mean,
That felt really good. Can't be too mad at that.
And again, I was a bit confused there. For the FPO played this as a par 5, but of course this is a par 4 for the MPO, so Joona Heinonen totally out of the par. Let's see if he can save the bogey.
J'essaie de mettre le plus possible au moins sur le côté, mais souvent je suis derrière malheureusement.
Eagle McMahon found his disc. Anttila thinking about his angle.
Do that thing where like 3 people are thinking about throwing.
Eagle aiming up high. And lift off. And touchdown.
Yep, that's how we do it.
What a shot from Eagle McMahon. Way out of position, but then inside 6 meters for the birdie. And that's why he's doing so fine on the Pro Tour, on the Masters, I mean in the majors. Great stuff from Eagle McMahon. Now it's Niklas Anttila, his second shot.
It fights through everything and manages to stay out of the woods.
Long putt.
Yeah, it's not a birdie putt because of the basket placement. It's on a slope. Well, he'll get his par. And Joona will have to struggle for his bogey now.
This is a big trouble. 2 left, but does it fight through? Kinda does and kinda doesn't, and that's a really, really long putt for the bogey. Let's go visit hole 8 with Greg Barsby. This is one of the so-called must-get holes. On this track, and Greg Barsby almost ringing the basket. Great kick from the tree.
Yeah, hit the trees on the right side. Wasn't a great shot, but the result was great.
And on the FPO, we had Katie Tätte get a similar luck from the tree. And Niklas Anttila doesn't want anything to do with the screen. And neither does Joona Heinonen, who's putting for the double bogey 6 under the basket. But now, Eagle McMahon has a plan to take 3 strokes from Joona Heinonen in a single hole. Gets it.
Could you see if I move the disc at all with that putt?
Great putt from Eagle McMahon.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we got the right line.
Takes the lone birdie here and joins 2 other players, Thomas Gilbert and Melker Molin,
I don't think it's going to matter much.
with the birdie on hole number 6. The second most difficult hole on the course today. Let's see Greg Barsby once again driving his way on the hole 9, the green of which Joona Heinonen landed just a minute ago.
Ooh, and another kick off the tree just underneath the basket, and that's a birdie for Mr. Barsby.
He's going to take that as we see the flyover of hole number 7, par 3. Third easiest hole, 108 meters straight. I mean,
yeah, it's pretty straight. Maybe a little bit to the right side, a little any angle for the disc, but nothing big. 2 holes we're about to witness now are so-called must-get birdies.
I believe our players won't waste many minutes on these holes. Just take an approach disc and throw it under the basket and move on. McMahon going high. It's overturned.
A little, yeah.
On the edge of the circle.
They put that orange sign perfectly in the way you can see the basket.
Eric Oakley with a sidearm. Interesting. Going low.
I don't know.
Maybe a
That was
bit
lower than
too
I wanted it to
low.
be. We'll do something.
Niklas Anttila, third on the tee. It's turning, but is it turning enough? Goes through everything.
Somewhere in the circle's edge.
Yeah. Haven't seen any perfect executions from our players yet on this hole. Let's see what Joona Heinänen can do. You really need that birdie.
Yeah, after that. Stupid double.
This looks more like it.
Yeah, this is how you do it.
This is how we do it. Great job from Joona Heinänen.
It was a struggle for our players mostly, but Joona Heinänen, the last player to give it a shot, gave the best effort, and that's a guaranteed birdie.
Great job. Let's see that again. Mid-range, turning all the way and straightening at the end. 1 meter for the birdie. And some big putts coming up.
I think you passed yours already.
Heinänen has to wait in order to get onto his disc.
Over here.
I believe every disc, the feature card is found. First up, Eric Oakley. These are the scoring holes. These couple of short wooded holes. But as we have seen from the cards, have been playing this course. So we see Eric Oakley ring the cage for the long birdie. Great effort there from Mr. Oakley. You can also score on the back nine, but we have those OB sticks there coming our way. On these wooded holes we have so-called natural OB, and we have a really thick roughs on some of these fairways. Eagle has a bit of, should we say, a clear look for the birdie. He has to tackle those branches just a little. Outside circle one, and he makes it.
That's a beautiful putt there.
Perfect height, perfect power. 5 down through 7 holes. What a card for Eagle McMahon. Anttila for the birdie. And again from the left side.
Yeah, again.
These
We've
baskets
seen-
are not taking any discs from the left side if you are right-handed.
No, but also we've seen misses from the left from Niklas.
Great birdie for Joona Heinänen. Yeah, Niklas Anttila, he doesn't seem to be dialed in right now.
No.
Really slow start for Niklas.
Totally. You only get one section flat. No clap for your pass.
Let's go to hole 9. We have Elias Luukkonen rocking that hat as he always does. This looks solid. Great drive, and then this is Greg Barsby. What? Oh my. Luukkonen, great birdie, but unfortunate error for Greg Barsby. Stokely taking his 4th birdie on the round. Interesting things happening at the Åland Open, the opening day. Hjalte Jensen, Miro Ryhänen, Jakub Semerad and Noah Smithson leading the tournament with solid scores in the clubhouse. Some Finnish players also seen on the board. Oskari Wikström, Tuomas Hyytiäinen, of course Matias Kanniainen there from Western Finland.
Okay, we're about to witness something different now.
Or something eagle style. And just a normal shot up towards the skies. Look out.
I couldn't see the result.
No.
I couldn't even hear it. But a very basic 71 meter or 233 meter straight putter shot.
Joona Heinänen clipping the branch in. Ooh. That branch took a bit of power, but Joona Heinänen is really happy to be almost inside the bullseye for the birdie. Second easiest hole on the day, averaging 2.77.
Well, that's too much angle, but
Oakley wants this to come back. Inside.
Somewhere there in the putting area.
And Niklas Anttila, he desperately needs something to get his round going. Too stable, but a nice branch.
Still some putting to do.
really good, really stable, and it still has glide, which is kind of crazy.
Anttila really needs to dial that putt to the right side of the pole
Make it fall to the ground.
in order to catch some of those birdies.
Let's talk about Theos. Yeah. The power is really solid. It's like that flat.
Niklas Anttila, as we know, some solid scoring on big tournaments. Last year's USDGC took the 2nd place just after Gannon Burr, going super Gannon mode. And then in the Champions Cup earlier this year, Anttila also took the 2nd place. And he's your Konopiste 2023 champion a few weeks ago. It was a pleasure to see Konopiste track once again. But now we are onto something different.
So here is where Eagle landed, and this is definitely out of circle 1.
He seems to have a way. And missing the right side. Eagle is not 6 down through 8. That would have been magnificent. Anttila for the birdie. And he takes it. Great putt from Niklas.
Yeah, it was, I think, the first of his round.
About time, yeah. Great catch. The center. Next up, Eric Oakley. Tickling the right side. Unfortunate errors.
Yeah, now we see the frustration building up. Very hard to get out of that zone once you let the frustration sink in. Start to think about your round. All the missed opportunities.
McMahon for the par. Takes it. Takes a half circle in the bottom of the cage. In for the par. Clean scorecard still for Eagle McMahon. Oakley takes the par. And the Finnish contestants taking the birdies here on hole number 8. Moving on to hole number 9, the first island hole of the day. Before we get there, we're going to see Scott Stokely once again. And
Okay.
he seems to be on fire.
Well, that was creative.
For sure.
Seems to work.
And it takes
Seems
a
to work
birdie.
just fine, but that was certainly a creative.
4 birdies in a row for Scott Stokely. He takes the advantage on these shorter holes.
Wow.
And I mean, this wasn't a short one. And that was the backhand from Scott. Great job from Scott Stokely. Tuomas Hyötiäinen still on the course. -7 through 15. As we go to hole number 9, once again, Joona Heinänen ready to open the hole. He has a crosswind coming from the sea from left to right. This looks fine.
Looks very good.
Look at this shot from Joona Heinänen. 3 times in a row, about 4 meters for the birdie. What a change of pace for Heinänen. He took the double bogey. Now he's back in it. Anttila wishes to do the same. Seems that he has a bit of a more stable disc on his hand. Is he going from the right side? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, trusting the fade, but oh no, this is a mistake.
Oh no, and he's OB.
He'll have to go to the drop zone now.
McMahon not going up and over. Does this have too much air? No, it doesn't.
Nope, just perfect.
Great shot. The ability of eagles to control the power And the length of his throws, that's amazing. Oakley.
Get it down.
Oh, what a shot from Eric Oakley. Great shot.
Oh, dude, it is. Like, people were probably thinking that was going to go long. And I was like, please go. Don't go, come up short. Just got swapped.
Yeah. Exactly how Eric said. I was thinking about it. It was going long, but nope.
Good to play in flat. I think it's good to keep it flat. I think it's a short hole.
We just saw Scott Stokely take the backhand route. We normally see him taking the forehands, and here's a... This is hole 2 earlier today, and Scott Stokely took the forehand roller.
Sidearm roller, yeah, and there is the
Up
upside down.
That's the tomahawk on the hole 8, and that was a birdie for him.
Showing off his repertoire.
And why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Great man.
Things
Great
you learn.
mentality.
Things you learn in 40 years.
And as you told us, Jaani, for sure he's somebody you're looking up towards for. He's an educator, and you are one too.
Yeah, I mean, Scott Stokely has some great instructional videos, especially with the sidearm. He knows his stuff for sure.
Niklas Anttila, unfortunately, going to take a bogey here from the drop zone. As all the 3 other competitors, they're taking the birdie. And that's tough for Niklas Anttila. Niklas is known to have some ice on his veins, and he really doesn't show those emotions too often. Would you say that's an advantage?
Oh, of course, it's always an advantage if you don't get too emotional, whether you play well or badly. You can't get too emotional. Of course, if you only bottle up your emotions, that's not good either. So just have to learn to cope with all the emotions and let them go past. They will go past anyway.
Moving on to 6th easiest hole on the course, the hole 10, par 3. For the MPO it's 127 in meters, and for the FPO it's 117. You can see the fairway, you can see the basket. It's a blind shot towards the green, and the first real OB sticks. Here we are.
Yeah, it's a funny hole because it's a downhill hole that you can't actually see. You have to hit the gap and keep the disc low. You can't go over the basket. Are we seeing Joona taking the same route as Scott Stokely a moment earlier? Yes, we are.
Is this?
And it hits the trees on the right side.
That's too bad.
So there is the hyzer route.
We should quote Bradley Williams. After the Crew Call Open, he said that he wasn't prepared for this kind of golf. His bag is full of those discs supporting these hyzer shots that they are playing in the American. Eagle also going for the hyzer, but
taking an early branch. That was a total yank shot. So is Eric Oakley going the same route? There's a clear gap, like a real gap that most people should aim, but I love the creativity to take the hyzer route. But as we see, it's not any easier than this one.
Does he get... No, he doesn't.
Stop doing this. These drop-offs are a nuisance for our sport.
Eric Oakley, they're blaming the tee pad.
And it is true, there is no blanks in front of that green area, and that's something we are used to see. But for this year, we're still missing them on these tee pads. Niklas Anttila taking the hyzer. Going through and skipping into the
Doing
circle.
well.
Great shot.
Moro poika. Joo, varsinkin ensi viikolla tuolla Lahdessa. Niin, mutta voi itse päättää kortin, kun menee vaan käppäilee.
Joona Heinonen there talking with his Finnish friends. Joona actually not playing the Finnish nationals next week for he had an accident, and that's not a physical accident. He's been traveling, he's been playing disc golf a lot, and unfortunately he didn't take the notice with the payments of the Finnish nationals, so he will be out of the competition.
Ah, happens to the best of us.
Eagle McMahon, another grenade. Is this third or fourth on the round?
Well, I would say fourth.
And why wouldn't it be?
All right.
Eagle McMahon, folks. Why not?
Casual grenade under the pin.
My thumb is already hurting to see those grenades.
Yeah.
He really can't do them. Next up, Eric Oakley.
He still hasn't gotten over the tee pad issue.
Oh, it's Joona Heinonen first up, looking at the basket. This is tricky. You don't want to go OB.
Have to keep it very, very low.
Did he hit the cage? He might have, but that's in.
Ooh, that was also close going OB.
Joona Heinonen for the par. Needs this, and he doesn't get it. Oh my, these feature card players are missing the basket from left and right. Niklas Anttila, a great look for the birdie. Capitalizes. Great job.
And a well-needed -1 after 10 holes. This is something he didn't expect to have.
Another bogey for Joona Heinonen. The next hole, the hole 11, the longest hole on the course and longest hole in Finland.
ännu längre. Jag tycker vi kör 10ans green.
Let's see Eagle McMahon once more.
10ans hubbe.
The grenade on this very hole. Going high up.
It has so much spin that it doesn't even roll down, it just stops.
The Åland Open 2023 is underway. The opening day for the MPO cards is about half done, but not according to the distances of the holes.
No. Now we have to start throwing the disc. Keep it inbound, preferably, and ride the wind, because I'm hearing there's some wind gusts going on.
On the earlier holes, it was all about putting and scoring, and now it's about surviving inbounds and making those perfect upshots.
Yeah, and especially if you have struggled the first 10 holes, first 11 holes, you need to do something else now. I'm a little bit worried about Niklas. He's certainly struggling. And actually all of the other players in the card, except for Eagle, they have some real struggles going on.
Eagle's doing some great scramble work there. And let's see what the hole 11 brings us. 400 meters of first downhill, then slight uphill, and now we are on the tee. And look at these views as Niklas is driving his way.
Going big hyzer. That's a safe way to play this, but leaves a lot to desire with the distance.
Eagle McMahon on the tee. Aiming for the hyzer, but is he going over? I bet he
is going big.
Oh my.
Amazing.
Now it needs a bit more turn, I would say.
Settle in.
No, that's just I'm just speechless that anyone can do such things.
What?
Wow.
Oakley. Going lower, not aiming for the second island. But great.
That's a good spot.
Heinonen, let's see what Joona can do. He has some great distance.
Going safe route.
Roman. Yeah, dude.
A spiky hyzer into the first island.
Yeah, seems like Eagle was the only one going for the Eagle.
First you hike up here and then you go straight down, back again. But this is one of the most gorgeous tee shots I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, for sure.
And considering that Eagle really made it happen. Look at this. The sun shining onto your face. Tens of meters downhill into this first island. And then there's an OB ditch, after which you have still over 200 meters slight uphill drive. And Eagle has done, how long is he from the tee? That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculously long. I think he can reach the basket with the second shot, and that would be the only Eagle, I believe, on this hole today.
He's about 230 meters from the tee with one shot.
Okay.
200? Something like that.
Yeah, I think it's possible for him to reach the basket.
Wow. We are witnessing something here, folks.
The other players went safe.
And we'll see if that plays off. Eagle still has this green to stick on. Let's see that again.
This is
ridiculous.
This is just perfection. It could have had maybe a little bit more turn, and then, but
go and try that yourself.
10 meters here and there. Who cares?
Go and try that yourself. This is the normal kind of drive from Eric Oakley.
Yeah, and also this one is not easy because there is the random bunker there, which can eat your disc and you will get an OB.
Anttila going huge.
Yeah.
Over the hay bales.
Yeah, this is safe.
And that's great. He has the perfect position for the birdie.
No fear. Joona asking for Niklas to take some measurements.
He might be going for a long shot here. Just a safe hyzer for about 120 meters.
Yeah.
And inbounds, for sure.
Yeah, the same place as Niklas there.
I'm just stunned of the throw from Eagle McMahon there. Oakley, this is pulled, but does it have the distance? It seems to have. Yeah, it does. Great job. And thank you for the spotters for being there, showing the clear marks that we are in bounds. Let's go to see hole 12, where we have Mr. Scott Stokely, once again, the forehand master on this 123 meters hole. Look at this.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Yeah, the young man is on fire.
Look at the young man. Two turkeys in a row.
Yeah.
Great to see Scott. 7 down through 12.
Yeah. Sitting on 5th place at the moment.
And this is the scoreboard for the top 10. Scott Stokely tied for the 5th place with Tuomas Hyytiäinen, 7 down. And they are still on the field. As we go to Eagle McMahon.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have to go for the eagle now.
About 200 meters opening shot. And now,
Yep.
sure, why not? Eagle McMahon inside the circle.
Yeah, cute little hyzer flip there.
Cute little one, yeah, sure. I have tried to make those cute little ones for years now and I haven't been successful. We are having a drive clinic with Eagle McMahon. Sharing the round with his girlfriend there. Joona Heinänen, going to be his 3rd shot. The crosswind is playing tricks if you are
this
not
looks a bit
committing
tight.
enough, and
That is OP.
that's OB.
He'll be putting for par.
Inside circle 1, I believe.
Yeah, I think it crossed in bounds there, close to the basket.
Anttila. This is wider, which is good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yep. Easy birdie.
Almost in the bullseye. And Eric Oakley. Great 2nd shot.
Look at the disc bounce there in the air.
Yeah.
No harm done there, but the wind is picking up now.
It truly is picking up, and Oakley is not in the bullseye, so he really has to think about the wind when putting.
From Alpha Discs, formerly known as the Snoopy. But yeah, they had to change the name for some reason. And then could have called it Snoopy. We were trying to put the EO on there, so because right now it's the Fayos.
Eagle McMahon putting for eagle from circle 1. And he's pin high. That means 2 200-meter shots. But he can't throw 200 meters crosswind uphill, so he must have been further from the tee.
Great, yeah.
I just can't figure that out. 250 in meters from the tee. Heinänen. Great save for the par. Oakley takes the birdie. And eagle. He takes the eagle.
Casual eagle. Only eagle on this hole today. There has been one more eagle on the course today and I'm going to butcher his name now. Silas Evald Vive from Denmark taking an eagle on hole 14. So we have now 2 eagles for today.
Let's roll back that Zuka replay for Eagle McMahon. I believe he threw like 825 feet from the tee. Look at this shot.
Yeah, gets enough turn, goes down, 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 and only now starts to fade, way after the first island.
He really takes the advantage of the elevation there, and then...
he didn't even have to go any here.
No.
He went just hyzer flip and barely even flipped straight.
Casual 550, 500 uphill, slide uphill. And then for the eagle, pin high. What a scorecard for Eagle McMahon. 8 under through first 11. Wow.
Yeah. Great stuff there for Eagle McMahon. Lots of disc golf to play though. Lots of OB to tackle. This one is a tough one. Hole number 12. Just moments ago we saw Scott Stokely go sidearm. I believe Eagle is not going sidearm. Instead, going over the bush, over the OB.
Is this overturned?
And trusting the fade. This needs to fade and quick. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
but it's too long.
Yeah, a bit too long.
He was playing for the win for sure, as you mentioned. Niklas Anttila. And this is a long hole for you really need to have a specific shot to go up and over from the right side, and then you have the crosswind from right to left. So if you're going straight, you need huge amount of control. Niklas, this is looking better.
This is looking better.
Has the power, a bit too long, but just fine.
Yeah, about the same distance to the pin as Eagle had there.
We saw Scott Stokely make this forehand happen. Let's see how it goes for Eric Oakley.
Taking a lot wider route now. This needs
fight. No.
And this is a disaster. That's a disaster because that went OB like, I don't know, 10 meters from the tee pad? I don't know.
Really
quite quickly though.
Approach, yeah. He might actually be...
That's re-tee stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reaching for he has the same throw. Heinänen. This needs to drop down.
Stop.
OB. And that's the risk you are taking if you're going high from the right side.
Yeah, I mean, Oakley can bite some meters and maybe get a hyzer look over the bush.
Let's see the hole 12. Par 3, 123 meters. Fourth hardest hole for the OB and for the amount of birdies, which is not much.
Yeah, I mean, you have to cross the OB at some point anyway. If you go over the bush, which we see 3 times, you're crossing the OB. Of course, it's a risky bush. If you hit that, you're OB. Oakley went from the left side, sidearm. You have to cross the OB for a while. And the wind, that's definitely a factor there.
This is an ingenious hole design for the OB. It's really close and the basket is tucked a bit on the right from the tee. Oakley saves the bogey. Nice upshot. Niklas and Eagle in position, putting for the birdie, edge of the circle. Joona Heinonen, unfortunate OB stroke once again. He's looking at a par, but that's a long putt and into the headwind.
That was a good throw. I can't be mad.
Taking his meter in. Heinonen takes the aim a bit low for the headwind, but it's going to be a bogey for Heinonen. Eagle hits the band, tries to play for the wind. The wind circles around and he had a bit too much air under his disc. This is now Niklas Anttila. And he misses the chains.
The putter has been very cool for Anttila.
Surprisingly cool. Most of the times we are used to see Anttila in the leaderboard when it comes to putting percentages. But today he's only made 75% of his Circle 1 putts. And only one putt from Circle 2, which he has had 6 of. Interesting statistics there as we are moving to hole number 13. Leaderboard here. Eagle McMahon currently on the 3rd place with -8 for the round. Jumping many spots with that eagle on hole 11. Scott Stokely 7 under through 13. Let's have a short break. We'll be back with you soon.
You want to play through?
It's part.
When you first sign up for a PDJ membership, you're given a PDJ number. Your PDJ number is a stamp for when you got involved in the sport. It's a badge of pride for players and a part of your disc golf identity. Get your number today. Visit pdj.com/join.
You don't need to hit every single fairway if you can throw 400 meters, 1,300 feet in 2 shots.
Yeah.
And that's moving on.
Yeah, I mean, there is probably one player in the world who can do that, and we just saw who he is.
And hitting the fairways, there was OB everywhere. That's so crazy.
Yeah, but he's certainly on fire, and he's been playing great so far, and that just boosts things up. So I'm pretty sure we're seeing double digits for Eagle on this round.
tied 4th place at the European Open and now tied 3rd. And he's got almost half of a way still going as we are moving to hole number 13 and Niklas Anttila.
It stays up there on the shelf. Nice.
Great drive. We're going to see Joona Heinonen on the tee. Sorry, this is Eric Oakley. Needs to fade. Shouting is that good just before it goes over the basket. Great shot. And now it's turn for Heinonen. Heiser flip shot. Go in. Oh, what a shot. In the bullseye with Eric Oakley. Yeah, let's see. Eagle McMahon a moment ago. Going with the Heiser. And why not?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
We are looking at a star frame.
Great shot. Once again from Eagle McMahon, showing us why he's here and why he's on the leaderboard at the 3rd place after 12 holes. And I bet he'll be sharing the 2nd place after this putt here on hole number 13. If Eagle keeps going, what's his score gonna be after the day? Is he breaking 15?
Sky is the limit. I will say 14 under is the max. So let's go there. I mean, there are some eagle holes still to be taken. I mean, eagles to be taken.
This seems to be similar kind of disc that Eagle used on the 11th. This is Elias Luukkonen driving the hole 15. Sponsored by Discmania, both of those players. We have 4 great shots on the hole number 13. Let's see if we can have a star frame. Great putt. Having a break from the wind. Eagle taking the birdie. And Joona and Eric still left to be putting inside the bullseye. Great job from our feature card. 4 birdies. And the collective distance for putting 15 meters. And this is live from hole number 15. And Scott Stokely, after the forehand, facing a bit of trouble. He's totally having a difficult stance there, trying to get under the basket for the par. Great layup from the man. And another island hole. And this is going to be interesting to see. I believe Eagle is going for the 2nd island here, for sure. But the 3rd island is so small from the tee that there might not be use for going for it.
No, that would be stupid.
Let's see if we are very wrong.
Yeah, so far we've seen one eagle on this hole. Silas Evald Vive throwing in from 78 meters, so that's how you eagle this one.
Great shot.
Yep.
In the middle of the second island, just where you want to be. And these shots might seem simple to you on the other side of the screen, but I assure you the wind is picking up there on the field. Niklas trusting the stability of the driver. Does it fade enough? For sure it does. Eric Oakley, third on the tee.
Three very similar looking shots.
Joona Heinänen. Great shot. And as these players are walking down, I have to remind you about the father of the idea for making the Åland Islands the disc golf heaven in the sea, Mats Adamczak. They built with his team, they built 11 courses in 2 months. 60 days, 11 courses on these islands. And he's also known for bringing the Finnish almost national sport, the floorball, onto the islands in 1992, that is. And now he has a mission to make this the disc golf paradise, and we are seeing some awesome courses on these islands. Look at these drone views, man. We also have about 200 to 300 people's gallery following on this Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, I hope to see at least double on Saturday, the final round.
Let's go see Elias Luukkonen putting for the birdie on hole 15. A turkey for Luukkonen, 8 under for the round. Great job. I'm really happy that they are using all those elevation changes here at the Åland Islands. Going up onto the bedrock and throwing down to the fields. It's something that you really like to see to be harnessed on the mainland if you find such properties. Anttila. Throwing second. Great shot in the bullseye for the birdie. Eleventh in difficulty today. 24% of players carding the bogey or worse. So if you mess up the tee shot or if you mess up the second shot to the island, that's fine for Oakley. So if you mess up one of those shots, you easily end up into the OB. Heinänen and McMahon really close to the OB line on the first shot. This is great.
Yeah. They're looking at a birdie there.
2 Finns in the bullseye. Eagle McMahon, last one to approach.
Yep.
3 people on the feature card inside the bullseye for the birdie on hole 14. Exactly how you'd like to throw it up. Eric Oakley, not far away, about 6 meters, but he has a bit of a death putt going on. And if you were watching FPO on the morning, Silva Saarinen actually had about 8 meters to the basket, but the wind got her disc and it airballed straight to the OB, saving the double bogey after that unfortunate break. But next up, we have Mr. Eric Oakley. Yeah, it's about 7 to 8 meters. Gets it. Great job. Another star frame coming up?
I hope to see a star frame. I'm pretty sure we will see a star frame.
Yeah, I'll take some amazing things in a bad way.
Yeah.
If we weren't. I'm going to collect those. Those discs from the bullseye and second star frame in a row for our feature card. Niklas Anttila, 4 down in the last 5 holes. Picking up the pace. Total of 5 birdies and 1 bogey for Niklas Anttila in this opening round. Currently tied 24th with Eric Oakley, also 4 down. Interesting to see if Niklas Anttila can pick up the pace here, going on to the last 4 holes.
So I started the Ulibarri Leadership Foundation for a pretty simple reason. So I had to choose between education and following my dream of disc golf. I don't want other disc golf athletes to have to make that choice.
Receiving the scholarship from the Leadership Foundation really did allow me to pursue my education, allow me to graduate on time while still having my passion be a big part of my life. So I got to do both, and I love it.
Many fans who earned this shit.
And we are back at the tee of hole number 15. Eagle McMahon taking a bit wide of a route, but that's fine.
Yeah, and it's good to see him throw that sidearm.
Next on the tee, Niklas Anttila. Of all of our players having 2 birdies in a row. Another great hole where you can't really see the basket from the tee. Identical shot, but a bit of roll away.
Bit of a roll away, no harm down there.
90 meters, par 3. This hole number 15, averaging 2.84. 6th easiest hole on the day. Oakley, another one just hitting the rocks for the basket, and now I believe we are going to see a backhand throw. Joona Heinänen from Finland, known to throw these controlled backhand turnover shots. Slower disc. Does this fight the wind? It
That
does.
looks so good.
No way.
Ah, the bad kick.
Gorgeous shot from Joona Heinonen, but unfortunately hits the bedrock and kicks right. But I believe he's still inside the circle.
Probably inside the circle.
The 15 is a shorter one on the holes we are playing today. %35% players taking the birdie. 82% fairway hits. And no OB hits for there is really small OB corner there on the left side. Our players are capable of avoiding that with great precision. These 4 last holes, they are really great view of this whole track, I should say. We have some downhill shots coming up, we have some OB, we have some of these woods here representing the first holes of the course.
Yeah, it's like a miniature model of the course.
Heinonen a bit to the right, but he's gonna take the par. He's lucky he didn't get any rollaways from that.
Yeah, very disappointing result after that beautiful turnover.
And Anttila taking the birdie. Edge of circle 1 and raised basket on the rock there. Great catch for Niklas. Oakley. I mean, to stretch out to the left. Trying to put a bit of extra wrist action to the disc. And makes it. Great job. Eagle McMahon left to putt for the birdie. Focusing and oh, what a miscalculation from Eagle McMahon.
You don't see that
ever
very often, you know. I mean, we've seen him miss some putts, but
that was about 5 to 6 meters. That spruce must have been on his face. Just tickle a bit, but now he's facing a hard putt for the par. 9 meters uphill, and this is crucial. Man, currently tied first with 10 under par. And he's gonna take a big number here. Oh
and
my
another
gosh.
rollout. Okay.
Oh, this is getting...
Things are happening.
Wow. And this is for bogey now. And
what?
This is the basket completely, and Eagle McMahon is going to take a double bogey at least on hole 15.
Now he wants just to get out of the hole. And to the next one.
And he totally feels that one.
Oh, that hurts.
My gosh.
Okay.
Oh my.
That was...
What a turn of events, and Eagle McMahon not 10 under after the hole, not 11 under, but 8 under, taking the double bogey on hole number 15. Wow. And we have 3 more holes to go, and Eagle surely can make some birdies happen. Wow. My name is Esa-Pekka Tupala, and with me in the booth, Jaani Länsiö, Åland Open 2023 opening day. And what just happened? Elevated basket happened.
Yeah, elevated basket, bad luck, maybe a little bit of frustration there.
Sure, for sure.
And
Eagle McMahon taking a double bogey on 90 meters hole.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's human after all, and we've all been there. We've all done that multiple times.
Multiple times, for
so
sure.
Sometimes it's very comforting to see that number 4 in the world is doing the same things.
But he's still tied on the 3rd place, 8 under, and he has 3 more holes to go, which are really scoreable for him.
I mean, nothing's over yet. But,
Nothing is over.
But that minus 14 I was talking about earlier, that's over.
That's over, for sure. Niklas Anttila driving his way on hole number 16, which is the most difficult hole today. This is really interesting, for it is a par 5 after all. The headwind is making things more difficult, for sure. 50% of the players carding a bogey or worse here. Only 17 players carding the birdie, and I'm sure we will see some muscle pulling from Eagle McMahon on his drive. First see Joona Heinänen. Listen to that disc leaving Joona's hands. Solid shot. Inbounds. Just about 130 meters, 140 meters, headwind, control hyzer.
Let's see if Eagle has gathered himself together after the disastrous hole.
Just needs to breathe here and execute. And there is the out of bounds
Avoid
bunker.
the out of bounds, okay.
Nicely done short of the bunker. Four inbounds opening shots for our feature card. And You have seen many of those OB sticks today on this back 9 or back 8, should we say. Gorgeous fairways driven to the mint condition. Weather conditions almost perfect. A bit of wind there, but that's something you really have to experience here at Åland Islands. It's in the middle of the sea.
Yeah, I mean, that's like everyday struggles there, struggling with the wind.
17 degrees Celsius, 62 Fahrenheit, humidity about 72%, and we have some minor gusts in the forest, but some sturdy wind on the field. Coming from southern western side, the compass. And here you can see the all fairway and 3 out-of-bounds bunkers. And they are truly out of bounds, so they are not hazard bunkers. You don't need to throw from the bunkers.
You don't get to throw from the bunkers, let's put it that way. I mean, they seem so random there, but you have to think about them.
Mm-hmm.
They are not there by accident.
Sure thing. Anttila. Heading left.
And it stays in bounds. No problems there.
That's fine.
Looking at a birdie.
And looking straight at the basket, I believe. Next one, Joona Heinänen. Aiming to keep this on the left side. Stopping the run up there. This is turning a bit. Needs to pull down.
Yeah.
And just before the bunker. Touchdown.
That's okay.
Great shot. Eagle McMahon. He's second. Making a turn, getting all the meters he can. Ideal shot. A bit more to the right side than Joona and Niklas, but he's for sure approaching the basket for the birdie. The last one to throw his second is Eric Oakley. The man with one of the most unique forms in disc golf.
Oh, for sure, but he makes it work for him.
Great shot. Oakley is known to be one of those cheerful guys, keeping the mood up and enjoying the sport, enjoying the summer days. And also known for his challenge of running each day, posting into the Instagram every day he's running. He's getting in good shape with that.
Yeah, certainly.
Going to see Elias Luukkonen once again. He's on the hole 17, par 3. And it's interesting that all these last 3 holes, oh my, this is...
this is overcooked.
Oh no. That's thrown over the out-of-bounds line. Unfortunate for Elias Luukkonen. As I was saying, all of these 3 last holes, they are facing the headwind. They are facing the sea, and that really can put some things into a roller coaster if you are not having your best mental state the end of the rounds, and Anttila opting for the forehand. And settle in.
And that went behind the trees, first of all. That's behind the trees. Could we see the flag, please?
I believe it's inbounds, but Niklas Anttila taking a risk with that faster disc there, should you say?
Probably a little bit of risk, but considering the headwind and everything, probably he had to do something like that. He's putting for birdie anyway. It wasn't OB.
That's a great shot from Joona. Inside 5 meters for the birdie. You really have to avoid the forest on the right side of the basket, and there is also a chance for rollaways into the bunker, which is there on the right side. And before the tournament, I was anticipating that bunker is never going to come into play. Nah, nobody's going through there. And we've seen some close calls, and those rollaways, they can go through the woods and straight into the bunker. Oakley, opting for the forehand. This is looking great. Hey, Oakley, ladies and gentlemen, a throw-in eagle.
Called it, baby. Let's go, boys.
Oh my gosh.
That must feel so good after all the struggles on the front nine. Now,
what a shot.
Now 3 birdies in a row and 1 eagle.
Run that down, man.
Getting some consolation.
What a shot.
And of course, congratulations from the...
Congrats, Eric Oakley.
For the eagle. Well deserved. Well deserved.
An eagle. A short upshot for the birdie. Great job there. We are witnessing some clinics here. The first eagle by Mr. Eagle McMahon on the 400-meter hole, and now Eric Oakley showing us the touchy forehand. He's been honing up. Let's roll back that Zuka replay for Mr. Eric Oakley. About 50 meters. Straight to the sweet spot.
Yeah, that was dead center of the pole. No questions about
Called
it.
it, baby. Let's go, boys. Good song, good song.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, Eric Oakley. Great stuff.
Yeah, and just considering what we saw in the first couple of holes, okay, he took a nice birdie on the first hole, but then it was a dry season and a stupid bogey and everything. But
everything, and now he's 5 down through 4 holes.
Side 7, so it's not that bad, actually.
7 under for the round, that's really not bad at all. And now Niklas Anttila putting for the birdie. And he's stay there. Once again, a missed opportunity for Niklas. He was a bit far for the upshot. And this is Joona Heinänen for the birdie. Also a really slow start. And slow first round for Joona, but now he's 4 under par. Hjalte Jensen still leading the tournament 10 under in the clubhouse. Miro Ryhänen 9 under in the clubhouse. And we are Eagle McMahon currently 9 under, also 2 holes left. What an opening round here at Åland Open 2023, the 7th stop of the Euro Tour. Welcome to see the action. Let's see the hole 17 just a moment ago with Elias Luukkonen. Unfortunate drive to OB, and he's putting for the par. Going to settle for the bogey. What an opening round for the MPO at the Åland Open 2023. That was something.
Yeah, I mean, when you have par fives, it's possible to see a couple of eagles in a row, almost.
Yeah, one throw-in and one putt from circle one. And Eric Oakley in the game, 7 under.
Yeah, in the game again. It looked so bad for the couple of first holes, and he got so frustrated, was blaming the tee pads, and everything was just against him. But now, no problems.
Sun is shining, the wind is turning down maybe a bit, and now he's back at it with the earned spot to open the hole 17. And this is a great shot, just on the edge of the circle.
Totally going for the birdie.
Next up, Joona Heinänen taking the birdie on the hole 16. Again, this hole is facing straight towards the sea, towards the wind. 110 meters, OB everywhere.
This is very safe. It's not going towards the basket.
But almost too long.
Almost too long.
Eagle McMahon. I believe he's taking the very overstable fairway driver to fight the wind, to follow the fairway.
Was looking good. Yeah, I would say that's a good one.
That's where you would place the disc after the first drive into the bullseye for Eagle McMahon. Niklas Anttila left, drive the hole 17. 361 feet. And those hay bales there on the left side, if you're going over them, there's a straight shot, but you have to miss them with great effort. Anttila showing us how the fairway is drawn, but that doesn't come enough left for him.
No, you really want to cut the OB just a little. If you go all the way in bounds, you will most likely end up a little bit long.
And after this, only one hole left, and that is also a long one. Par 4, 255 meters. It is actually a par 5 for the FPO. And with this kind of winds, it's really, really difficult. OB everywhere, hay bales, everything. Really, really interesting opening day, almost behind us. As we are approaching Joona Heinänen and Niklas Anttila on the edge of the circle, or actually fair side of circle 2, remember that if you are following on the YouTube side this day, tomorrow Friday and the next day, Saturday, you won't be able to, for the broadcast goes live only at discgolfnetwork.com. We strongly advise you to take the subscription, as we see Joona Heinänen almost ringing.
And a bad roll away.
And that's really bad karma for Joona Heinänen. Bad luck, and now he's facing a long putt for the par. Almost outside the circle 1. Anttila. And trying to read Niklas's body language there, it seemed like he wasn't laying up, but that just left his hand early. It's under the basket for the par. But I bet he was considering in running that. Oakley.
Oh, just a bit too high.
2 centimeters too high.
That's a good stroke, man. I thought it was going to drop like pizza.
Yep. In windy conditions like that. Disappointing par after such a great run. 3 birdies and an eagle.
Joona Heinonen. A long putt for the par coming up. And he doesn't get it. Really, really disappointing for Joona Heinonen, and he's been struggling today. This is his 3rd bogey, and he also has a double bogey today. Not his day. He has 8 birdies there, but those bogeys and double one, they are taking their toll. He's currently 3 down for the round. One more hole to go. And this is the scoreboard. Eagle McMahon taking 2 birdies after the double, and now he's tied for the lead with the Denmark player Hjalte Jensen, 10 down for the round.
Pulsate Disc Golf Academy is the world's biggest online platform for learning the curves and angles of the world's fastest growing sport. Register today and get access to clear and well-structured lessons and exercises from the very best ever to throw the disc. New content uploaded every week. Start learning today.
PDJ reinvests membership funding into support for programs like the Competition Endowment, Youth and Education Program, and Marco Polo Program, all of which help grow the sport in communities around the world. Get started today. Visit pdja.com/join.
Join the Paul Macbeth Foundation's Builders Club to help bring sustainable disc golf experiences to people and communities around the world. For a small monthly donation, you can help us make a real impact. Your donation will go directly to making a difference. By becoming a monthly subscriber, you'll also receive exclusive updates on our work, special offers, and discounts. So join us today and make a difference with the Paul Macbeth Foundation. Together we can make a big impact, one small donation at a time.
We have 1 hole left to play at the opening day in Åland Open 2023, the 7th stop of the Euro Tour. Straight live from Åland, Finland, through Helsinki, Finland. My name is Esa-Pekka Tupala, and this is Jaani Länsiö with me in the booth for this whole weekend. Jaani, the hole 18, it's 3rd in difficulty, and it plays .43, almost half a stroke over par.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long hole. It has the headwind, of course, like all the last holes seems to do. And it has the OB, and it has the bunker before the basket. Mm-hmm. You can mess up your round, but I feel it's still eagleable for eagle. Probably no one else, but still, it's still eagleable.
And I mean, there's a battle now in Eagle McMahon's head. He took the double bogey there on 15. Now he has 2 birdies, and then he has Hjalte Jensen currently with him, 10 down on the round. Let's talk about this hole. He got bad luck
Yeah, it's like the first putt was bad, but it was insult to injury, bad luck. The second time, bad luck after a bad putt. So it's things like this happen when it's basically an elevated basket. It's really not an elevated basket, but still.
And that is the only blemish on his scorecard there, but he still has the hole 18 left. It's par 4.
Yeah, it's par 4. It's not eagle.
Yeah, it might be it was a par 5 as it was on the FPO side.
Yeah, that's true.
You're true.
That's true.
But it's birdiable for sure. But you have to do 2 amazing shots in order to be putting on the hole.
Yeah, 2 amazing shots, and you really have to calculate your risks. Is it worth to take risks at this point in tournament? I say no, but it's also fun to see if we see Eagle or Eric or whoever to really go for it.
He might still have that double bogey in his head, and this is Eagle McMahon driving the hole 18. What a shot!
Such a long shot.
255 meters combined, so that makes that shot about 150 meters in distance. For this is a dogleg kind of a hole. Great shot from Eagle. This is Eric Oakley. Trusting the stability of the disc. Great shot on the second island. And another factor, considering this hole, is the sunshine coming straight at you.
Yeah, even that is against you. You can't see properly the fairway. Those white sticks are actually quite hard to see if the sun points at you at the direct angle. That's a great shot from Nicholas.
Great shot. Joona Heinonen, certainly frustrated from the bogeys he had today. Trying to get 1 more stroke back from the course. This is looking fine. A bit low, so that's okay. But he will have a really strong headwind on his second shot. And as those last 4 guys are walking up towards the pin of hole 18, we have another player joining the bogey-free round club, and that is Scott Stokely.
Amazing, amazing. I mean, the guy is 54.
Just unbelievable.
The guy is 54 and he's shredding the course here in Åland, playing -9, playing himself to the feature card tomorrow.
The lead card tomorrow will have Scott Stokely. I'm speechless. I'm trying to figure out. Hjalte Jensen is he about 20, under 20? Miro Ryhänen is under 20.
Well, Miro Ryhänen is under 20.
And Eagle McMahon, I mean, combine those 3 ages from those guys, and they are barely older than Scott Stokely together, combined.
That's true. That's true.
That's unbelievable. The man is truly shredding. Started disc golfing 1983, if I am not incorrect, and he took his first license in 1986, being touring the world.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he started to take this sport seriously again, not more than maybe a couple of years ago.
Sure.
And this year he's been touring the world, and definitely seems like that's paying off now, because he's playing well. Just a couple of weeks ago in Skellefteå was 5th.
Joona Heinonen. hugging the right side.
Does it stay in bounds? And it does. Okay, it's birdie. I mean, you can go for the birdie there.
Sure.
I'm not calling it in.
He's almost OB long.
Yeah.
He totally has the power. He's circle 2 for sure. Niklas Anttila, second one to approach. And the wind is still constantly there. This high, this needs to come down. Inbounds. Wow. Eric Oakley. Taking a turnover.
This is looking bad.
Unfortunately, out of bounds.
I'm not sure what he was going for there. I'm sure he has power enough to go with the hyzer.
Maybe he was aiming for the hyzer, but the angle didn't go.
Yeah, or maybe the headwind just messed the disc. I don't know.
Eagle McMahon, after a monstrous opening shot, luckily in bounds for about 2 meters there. For sure, looking at the birdie. He's taking a mid-range disc. And this is going left.
Stop. Oh,
bounds. Out of bounds for Eagle McMahon. He's putting for a long par. He can still save the par.
Yeah, that's a long putt for par.
Just crossing the OB bunker, but going OB left. You have 3 shots inbounds. I'm sorry, 2 shots inbounds from the Finnish players, and both Americans. They are unfortunately OB, but the Finns are not under the basket. They have a solid run for the birdie, but they don't care if they take the par here. I mean, considering just this hole, but if you consider their scorecards, they really want the birdie.
Yeah.
It's low for the Finns.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to play par on this hole, for sure, but nobody is going to play for the par.
Eric Oakley from the OB, first up. Hitting the cage. Solid run, but he's not happy with that.
No, -6 will take him to tied 13th at this moment.
Third hardest hole, only 31 players taking a birdie, and 51% of the players carding a bogey or a worse here. Eagle McMahon, this is for par.
Oh, so close, but no.
The basket doesn't catch the disc, and Eagle McMahon having a second blemish on his scorecard. He will be 9 down after the opening round. Heinänen left side, and it doesn't catch.
A very disappointing round for Joona.
Sure. These baskets, they are not forgiving.
Seems like it's something's in the water today.
They really punish you if you are not on point with the putting. Like this. Perfect power in the center, low enough, and that's in.
Yeah.
Niklas Anttila will take his 7th birdie for today, but he has 1 bogey. So he's 6 down for the opening round. Heinänen throwing a sidearm.
Sidearm putt.
For the par.
And yeah, Oakley, Anttila tied -6 on 12th place at the moment. And that will be, of course, their position after the round 1.
That is it, folks. What an action we had today on the opening Thursday here at Åland Islands, the Åland Open 2023 at the Vesterkalmare Disc Golf Center. This course has been there for about a year. Just over a year ago, we had 9 holes there, but rapidly we had the extension for the whole 18 holes. And this is a beautiful property.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch like some of the best players in the world to tackle this course, and it certainly was an entertaining round.
We had ups and downs for every single player, and we thought that Niklas Anttila doesn't have any chance today, and just par and some bogeys here and there, and he wasn't up. But now he's 6 down, and he's still in the mix.
Ah, for sure in the mix. It's a very tight pack there. If you're like -6 or -7, it gives you, I don't know, was it 7 or 8 spots. It's nothing is played yet.
And everybody in the clubhouse, just once more, hats off for Mr. Scott Stokely. We'll be right back with more analysis after this short commercial break. We'll be back with you soon.
One of my favorite memories growing up was a trip I took with my dad to Hawaii. We just got done with a round of disc golf and decided to listen to the Grateful Dead. Without saying anything, we both knew we needed to dance, and that's exactly what we did. Sometimes you just need to stop and enjoy the music.
The opening day for the Åland Open 23, it's done. from both FPO and from the MPO side. Jaani Länsiö, 10 down for the round, and that's spectacular from the young Danish.
Yeah, it's fun to see new players. I mean, Jaani Länsiö is not particularly new, but for the cover, we haven't seen Jaani Länsiö so far this year. Scott Stokely, of course.
Another one new up-and-comer.
Up-and-comer, young guy, clearly has some talent. The guy's been playing for 40 years now.
40 years, that's...
Yeah, he's 54. He had some break, I think maybe a 10-year break or something like that. And
he had some rough time there.
Rough times and couple of years taking the game again seriously, and now we see that it's starting to pay off. I mean, he has so much experience that it's hard to imagine, actually. When you're 54 and you've been playing for the better part of your life, and now you're back at it again, playing in the lead card with Eagle McMahon. I mean, what can you say?
And we have about 5 to 6 different nationalities in the top 8, and that's great to see. We have Swedish guys, Finns, Czech, USA, I mean, Danish, everything, and it's really great to see those young guns come here and try to compete with Mr. 54-year-old Scott Stokely. I can't get over this. I just can't get over this thing.
Yeah, that's
it's great to see.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one storyline so far. Of course, we have to consider how Eagle gets over the fact that he basically like messed the whole round in just a couple of putts on hole 15. Before that, he looked like unstoppable. There was nothing that could stop him. He took the spectacular eagle on that long downhill hole, and now kept playing the tennis match with the basket, and that was it basically.
And we are going to see some highlights from the final, for the opening round of the Åland Open and from the MPO players. And we're going to start with Elias Luukkonen. He had some great results today, doing everything he can to get those discs under the basket and into the basket. A great par save there on the hole number 2. I have played this course once before, and Jan, you were walking on this course a couple of days ago, and it's really challenging, and these shots look easy, but they are not.
It's challenging, but once you have the repertoire these guys have, it becomes a lot more easy.
Once again, this course has turned 1 year of age this summer, and it looks like they've been playing there for years and years. The crew there has done some amazing job. We see Greg Barsby, we see Scott Stokely, Eagle McMahon. Greg almost ringing the basket for the ace there on hole number 8, 71 meters. And we saw, I believe, about 4 to 5 grenades from Eagle McMahon this round. And we saw multiple spike hyzers. This was one of the grenades.
And it seems like Eagle is playing better when he's not going for the forehand.
He seems to have his scramble play in really great condition, and this was gorgeous from Joona Heinänen. 350 feet. Same hole, Eagle jump putting. We have those tight wooded holes on the front 9 of this course, and we have those open, beautiful field holes. I believe we have 3 holes where we have 3 islands or more, and that's great to see on this Euro Tour competition at the Åland Islands. And this hole 10 was interesting. We saw 3 shots from the feature card going with the hyzer route. One of them succeeding, and it was Niklas Anttila.
Yeah, it was only one. That was good. And this is one of the highlights
of the
year. Such a beautiful shot. From the tee, going downhill, slight turnover, then a fade.
Touchdown.
Leaving himself maybe 150 meters or something, and now this.
That was about 800 feet, that drive. Severe downhill, for sure, but that's pin high. and he putted for the eagle. Great job, Mr. McMahon. Another beautiful drive through the woods for eagle, almost hitting the basket on hole number 13. And this is the one hole that gave Eagle McMahon a severe pain. Hole 15, the double bogey, unfortunately. And another highlight, truly, from Mr. Eric Oakley. An eagle on this par 5, hole number 16. What a day, Jaani, what a day. What are you expecting for tomorrow?
Nothing less, nothing less.
At least 2 eagles for the feature card?
Yeah, I hope to see more eagles because you can take them. There are a couple of opportunities. And I hope to see eagle go to the final holes. I mean, he can't do that again. He won't do that again. I'm hoping to see young Finn, Miro Ryhänen, keeping his head cool, playing for the victory. Jaani Länsiö, of course. It's fun to see the young Dane tackle the course, and of course Scott Stokely, because he's one of my idols. I mean, when I started playing, I was going rewind, pause, pause, looking at his technique, because he used to be the distance world record holder, the best there is, and he's still got the game.
There he is. I mean, there he is in the lead card for tomorrow, and we have Jaani Länsiö, and we have many great players coming up for you tomorrow. I want to thank you, Jaani, for this opening day.
Thank you, Epe.
And I want to thank all of you, dear guests there on the other side of the screen. And I still have to remind you, you won't see these last 2 rounds from the YouTube. You have to sign for the Disc Golf Network, and we really hope you do, for that's a very big amount of live disc golf coming at you this summer and the summers to come. We are visiting the beautiful Åland Islands. My name is Esa-Pekka Tupala, this is Jaani Länsiö, and we'll see you tomorrow for the FPO and the MPO moving day of the Åland Open 2023.